Okay. So you were describing what it was like when you would come home, put the kids to bed, and you would play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine Unraveling was probably one of those songs that you toyed with while they were singing. So they know this song.
Right.
What was their reaction when they finally heard the produced version of it?
My son, well, my other children are little, so they're 3 years old and 2 years old. But my son, who is a magnificent musician and is on my guitar and drums, and he cried like profusely. We were in the car, and he just, that makes me want to cry even telling it. He just cried, and he was just like, "Mom, I'm so proud of you," and it just made me
You're gonna make me tear up. Oh my goodness.
I love him so much. Everybody that knows me knows I'm obsessed with my kids. But he cried, and he just said, "Mom, I'm so proud of you." So
how old is your son?
He's 11. He's getting ready to be 12. His name's Carter.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's a musician also.
He's awesome. He's also 80th in the world on the Rubik's Cube, which is kind of cool.
That's ridiculously cool. 80th in the world, so that means he
does the pyramids in like 2.8 seconds. No, I'm sorry. He does a 2x2 in 2.8. He does the pyramids in 6 something seconds.
I have no idea what that means.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing. It is a thing.
I thought Rubik's Cubes were done in the 80s.
They are, but now kids are doing them. I mean, it's all coming back to fruition, and if you go, that's a whole like culture in its own. That's my son Carter. It's cool, man. Rubik's Cube life. I can't do it. But my little brilliant child thought Unraveling he cried when he heard it, and it makes me so proud of him. I'm proud of my children, man. I love them.
Well, so I have a question, and it relates to your family.
Yeah.
And this is the question that women get asked typically, right? Because men typically aren't asked, well, how do you juggle your family and your career?
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask that cliche question because, well, women often have to choose between the things that we love and then also raising a family, right? So you have 3 children, and you come to this songwriting with a very different perspective. You have different experiences to draw from. So it's 2 questions, really. How does your family life inform what you do? And then also, how do you do your time management to make it all work?
Yeah. Well, my family life informs everything that I do. That's a great question. But the thing that I think is most important as a woman is giving yourself that permission slip. We were talking about that earlier, is, waiting. A lot of times I think we as women wait for that permission slip that never comes for us to actually do the work. And the thing is, we just have to give it to ourselves because we were doing it all along already.
Right. And when you said that, the permission slip, you're giving homage here to Elizabeth Gilbert.
Elizabeth Gilbert, who is my favorite writer. And she writes in one of the favorite books that changed my life, which is Big Magic, is as creatives, and especially as women, we are waiting for that permission slip in a lot of ways because our mothers probably didn't do what we're doing, and our grandmothers definitely didn't do what we're doing.
No.
And so a lot of ways we're all trailblazing. In my grandmother's lifetime, she didn't have the right to vote. And so there wasn't a permission slip for them. And we are so lucky in this day and age to have that, to be born right now.
I agree, and to build on the people who have gone before us.
That's right. And then, in a lot of ways, trying to show my daughter that she doesn't have to wait for a permission slip either.
But then how do you reconcile? And we spoke about this too, that, all right, I don't need a permission slip to do this thing and to be the way that I am in the world. But then when you own that, then sometimes you are met with resistance. Well, who do you think you are?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So as soon as you decide to step into your power, oftentimes there's backlash against that.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And I think that is an experience that is common to women.
Sure.
So can you speak about that?
Mother's guilt.
Can you speak about that balance and how you reconcile both of those things?
Yeah, mother's guilt is a real thing. And I just came off from New Orleans and flying home, all I could think about was my kids, like getting home. And mother's guilt is a real thing, of course, and we all feel it. Every working woman I know feels it. But I think that if we are stepping into our own truth and stepping into our own light and taking up the space that we were given to take up on this earth, in all of our fullness, then that's going to be more of an inspiration for my children than anything will be. And I am there for my kids. I am obsessed with them, but I also make sure that I'm surrounded with tons of support. Support is the key, and it does take a village. And so
support in the sense for helping you
is helping me with my kids, and my husband
so
is
that you can also
supportive.
do what you do.
My husband is my biggest fan. He's probably one of the biggest reasons that I even stopped writing music in the corner. And so he's like, you better get to this. You were meant for this.
You need to tell me where I can find a good supportive man.
Yeah, girl, they're there. They're hard though.
I know, because then there's that strange competition that often happens too.
Yeah, sure. I think that the support system is key, and actually, and that's the more pragmatic side. The support is the pragmatic side. The dreamy, inspirational side is the permission slip stuff. Yeah. So it's twofold. You have to do I mean, it's actually real life. How am I going to really do this? Which is support. And the other part is the self-belief and the spiritual, emotional component.
There's a song I want to ask you about, and I think this sets this song up very well.
Right.
Colors.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You knew that was coming. Tell us about this song. What was that process like?
Well, I wrote that song in my garage. I was literally at such an isolated point that I couldn't even have my piano in the living room anymore. So I shoved my upright grand piano into a corner in the garage. And I would put my kid to sleep. And I did it too so I could play while they were sleeping. So I put my kids to sleep. And I wrote that song about probably 2007. It's an old song. I've had it now for probably 10 years.
So that's before the whole market crashed.
That was before, but it was searching. And that song is about me knowing that I had to do this. Knowing that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, searching for more. I want to see color, I want to see bluer than blue, I want to see everything that radiates, that brings me close to you.